guys. I want to do something a little different today in my videos. It still has to do with like fear and anxiety and depression, but it's something that a lot of people don't want to talk about, and it is emotional abuse in relationships. And of course, that could lead to the fear, anxiety, and depression. Not only in the relationship itself, but within the person receiving the mental and emotional abuse. I actually did some research on it, and I have some statistics that I want to share. But first, I would like to say that if it has gone beyond that, if it has become a physical abuse, please seek help. I don't have experience in that. I have the emotional and mental abuse. I don't have the physical abuse. So I cannot speak about that, and I am not a doctor by any means. So I can't touch on that subject other than just get help, because it's a serious thing. It's nothing to play with. And from the people that I know that have dealt with that, it has gotten really bad for them to the point where they were almost killed. So if you are experiencing a physically abusive relationship and you don't know where to go, find a therapist, a counselor, a shelter, somewhere where you can get help, because you don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. You deserve to live a happy life. And that's not a happy thing for you. But what I want to touch on is the thing that I do have experience with, and that is with the emotional and mental abusive relationships. Like I said, I did my research, but I also have previous personal experience with it. And even though I don't have a problem saying, what's on my mind, I wasn't always like that. I was very much an introvert. I'm still an introvert, just not as much anymore. And I wouldn't talk about it at the time that it was going on. I was young, didn't want to complain, didn't think anybody would care. And now that I'm older, I realized that had I opened my mouth a long time ago and stood up for myself and didn't believe the things that were being told to me, that my life would have been totally different. Totally different. My happiness, my self-happiness, my self-love, my whole way of thinking about myself would have been completely different. And I would be, but you know what, at the same time, I wouldn't be the person that I am now, being able to share this with people, to help them understand that they deserve better, to help other people realize that that's not natural, it's not a normal thing, you don't deserve that. Because when you get beat down, not physically, but mentally, it can ruin your whole psyche. It can make you believe things about yourself that aren't true. And can literally shatter your entire world to where you only believe what that person is telling you. And it takes so long, years and years and years, to talk yourself out of that. I have not gone to therapy. I've never been to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. The only counseling I've ever done is marriage counseling, and kudos to those of you who it worked for, but it did not work for me. I have had to sit and rediscover myself and know, with the help of some people, in my life now, that those thoughts that are in your head, you don't have to believe them. You can choose which ones you want to believe. And when you keep replaying the past, or if it's your present moment at the time that you're going through this, sorry, you can choose to believe what you're being told as the truth or fiction. And if you know that you are better, you have to dig down deep in your soul. Open your heart to yourself. You have to open your heart to yourself before you will truly start to understand that the things that you're hearing are not the truth. You don't have to let those thoughts control who you are. My first divorce, I got told, you're a divorced woman with 2 kids. Nobody's gonna want you. So I believed that for a short while, and it wasn't true. It wasn't true. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm wanted. Anyway, but it took a while. It took a while for me to get past the things that were said to me. And I think that, and I can't speak because, like I said, I don't have the personal experience of a physically abusive relationship, and I may be totally way off, but I think that I would rather be slapped than told something like that, because the slap would piss me off and I would go back and I would probably get knocked out. But just because I'm a smart ass and I'm hard-headed, and the slap would hurt, the punch would hurt, but the words stay in your mind, and the words make you think that you're not worthy, and you hold on to that. You hold on to that moment in that time. I still see it. I still feel it. I still hear his voice. And even though I know that it's not true, it doesn't mean that I don't still hold those emotions. And it's something that you have to work through. And apparently you can see that I'm still trying to work through it, because even though I know that it's not true, I should have let go of the emotion, and I haven't. Sorry, guys. See, I fight this stuff that I tell y'all about. I fight it on a daily basis. I'm a better advice giver than I am advice taker. Anyway, this is why I make these videos. This is why this is my passion. Why I feel like I need to help other people, whether it be male or females. Help them try to understand and know that you don't have to live a life of fear and depression and anxiety because of something somebody else said or did. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But anyway, so I did some research on it, and it was just it's 250 people that were surveyed in this experiment, not experiment, but whatever survey, whatever it is, both men and women. And I believe the ages were between 18 and 61, with the average age being 27 years old. And I've got my notes, I'm sorry. It was a survey by Carney and Barner in 2012. It was 141 females and 109 males that were surveyed. And this survey showed that the older the person got, the less effect that it had on them, and that the majority of the people who were affected were between in their 20s, 30s, somewhere around in there. And it showed that 80% of people in intimate relationships, what was it called? It's called IPV, intimate partner violence. 80% of those people surveyed had this, and it's called psychological aggression. And psychological aggression is a combination of expressive aggression, which is name calling, stuff like that, and also coercive control, which is threats of harm or isolating people from their family, their friends, from the outside world. It's a combination of those two that form the psychological aggression. And 48.4% of women and 48.4% of the men have experienced this. That's a lot. And I also found another study that was done in 2011 by the National Intimate Partner and Sexual Violence survey, that 50% of all Americans, 50% of all Americans reported emotional abuse by a partner. It's more common than we think, because when we're going through it, we think we're the only ones going through it. But now, as we progress in, today's world, or whatever, however you want to say it or think about it or whatever, people are more apt to talk about things than they were, 30, 40, 50 years ago. It's more socially acceptable now to talk about it than it was then. So those numbers may have been very much higher all those years ago, but because it is becoming more widespread talkable, if that even makes sense, it does to me, we're finding out that it's the most common abuse technique used by partners in relationships. And I just want to make you aware, to know that it's okay. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's the person who's doing it's fault. They're not happy with themselves, and misery loves company. Something may have happened to them in their life that caused them to be that way. Or the way I think about it is they're just assholes, piece of shit. That you're unhappy, so you're going to make everybody around you unhappy. You can't control yourself, so you're going to try to control me. You don't like that I see through you and I don't want anything to do with you anymore. So you're going to make me believe nobody wants anything to do with me anymore. You're going to try to make me believe that you're all that I can get, that you're all that I deserve. And it's just not true. It's not true. Every thought that comes through your head is not true. And you don't have to believe that it is. I started out just wanting to make little small videos about my experiences with fear and anxiety and depression. And the further I get with this, the more I want to help people, not just put a video out there and say, watch the video, blah, blah. I decided to start my Soaring Eagle coaching, the self-help coaching, self-love coaching, whatever you want to call it, so that I could help people to understand or just listen. Just listen to someone who needs to talk. And I am myself taking a coaching class right now, and I'm learning so much. And that's where I learned about the thought beliefs, belief systems, your thoughts that you don't have to believe. And I'm learning so much more. And I'm learning to break out of my shell that I have been stuck in for so long. And granted, he pushes the limits with his little challenges, but it's helping me to grow, and it's helping me to realize that I can do this, and that this is my passion. I have discovered that this is my passion, and I want so much to be able to help people just to feel better, in their own skin, to feel better about their lives, and to know that they're okay and that they will be okay. I am, and maybe now I'm crying happy tears because I know that I've made it through it. And I'm still battling it, going through another divorce, but it is what it is. I'm at peace with it. I'm happy with the direction that my life is going because I opened my heart to myself. And there are people who disagree with it. They disagree with the thoughts that I have. And I can't control other people. I can't fix other people. I can only fix myself. And I'm doing that. And I am so happy. I think that I am the happiest now than I have been my entire life. Because I can remember being in middle school and elementary and being scared of other people and being worried what other people thought. That little. And now I'm 45 years old, and I can stand here and I can say with my head held high that I don't give a shit what you think about me. I was not put on this earth to please you. I was put on this earth to love myself, to love all things, and to be happy and live my best life. And by damn, I'm going to. I don't know how much time I have left on this earth. And my family, I love my baby so much. And I will make sure that my kids know that they are loved, and let them know, oh my God, now I'm bawling, that they need to love themselves before they can love anybody else.
so they don't follow in mom's footsteps, and they don't have to go through all the hardships and the self-worth issues and the self-confidence issues that mom went through, because they're going to know how important they are, and nothing that anybody says or does to them will make them feel any less than what they hold themselves to. And I keep snotting, I'm sorry, and there's one person in particular who will tell me to blow my nose, but he can kiss it right now. It was getting too serious, I had to make a joke. But anyway, so please, if you need to get some stuff off your chest, if you just need somebody to talk to, I'm here. You can, direct message me on any social media. This video is going out on Facebook. The link will be on Instagram. It's on YouTube. I'll probably put it on Twitter. So there's all ways to find me, so that I can help you get past what you're going through now, so that you can be your best self and that you can live your best life with the time that we have here on this earth. So with that being said, like I said, or you want to text or call, my number's 225-615-6332. If you don't have Facebook or Messenger or, any of the social medias, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, there's my phone number. My email is NicoleOlivier74@gmail.com if you want to shoot an email. I'm an open book. I will discuss anything with you. I will hold it all confidential. And if you decide that you are getting value out of me and you want to keep working with me, we can discuss the coaching then. I'm not an expensive coach. I wouldn't do that. It may be like $30 for 30 minutes. However, once a week, twice a week, however much you think you need to get it off your chest. And if I'm available. My phone never goes off. I'm here. If any of you feel the need that you need to talk and discuss with me. So, with that being said, I am sorry that I broke down. I did not expect any of that. I wasn't sure. I did my research. I had my statistics. I had no clue what was going to come out of my mouth other than that. And the universe decided to take me in a whole different direction today. And so I will just embrace that. And you know what? Maybe it was something that needed to be let out. And that's okay. It's part of my journey, part of what needed to happen. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Share this with anybody that you think might benefit from it, because if I can help one person feel like I feel today at this moment and get them out of feeling like I felt years ago, then I am so blessed and so honored to be able to do that for somebody. So share it with people, and I will talk with y'all again later. Y'all have a great day. I love you all. Bye.